Welcome back, Stock Smart people. We are live with an excellent connection. Perfect. Coffee and bot trading. Let's go ahead and pull our over here. There we go. Off to the side. Onto the other monitor. Alright. Let's drop it down. Now check this out. FBIO. Look at this cone of probability. It just diminishes. This theta is unreal here. Alright. Let's see our daily. A little different on the daily. Now these are our bearish stocks. Let's go and find our bullish stocks. Okay. Now I have a meow meow that wants to go outside. Come on, meow meow. What? I get it, I hear you. I know, outside's just the place to be. Yep, outside's just the place to be. Let the kitty go hunt field mice. After she's already had her first breakfast and second breakfast. It's your typical tabby cat that gets way, way, way over to weight. Okay. Now let's check our Rune Pop Finder. Now, if you are familiar with a few of our previous lessons, most recent, the Pop Finder was included on that. And we use the Pop Finder in daily all stocks. And it doesn't always find a good one, but looks like here it is, at least for the all stocks scan here. And maybe we want to tighten that up a little bit. There's an awful lot there, and all we're looking for is a Rune Pop Finder is true in all stocks. So if we're using the Pop Finder to scan for a Pop Finder, then I have two of the same scan. Interesting. So what we do is we take a custom scan and create another custom scan that creates a loop and hides the code, keeping it safe from prying eyes or people who might wish to steal it. Indeed it does. I did figure that out. Okay, and as you can see, it isn't showing up with anything on the watch list here. So, Pop Finder and Pop Finder Daily, it's the same scan. Alright, now let's check our reversals on the 1 hour, daily, 4 hour, and weekly. Let's just go with the daily at first, and then we'll hone in on anything that maybe looks of interest. Alright, now FBIO isn't anything I really care about. But I do care about Apple and its current trajections. Okay, and if you check out its cone of probability on the daily and weekly, you can see it does not have a huge theta decay like FBIO did. That's not it. So let's just see that we can figure our bottom or midst right here is still about the 120, 117-ish. That's about normal. And, when it finally does hit that, back down to this area, in here, that's when I'll be looking to buy. Then we can start taking our options out, for the upwards, area. But it seems to me that, we may get to the 160, for Apple this year. And it looks like it's going to take until about mid-October to do it. Apple could hit 190 by the end of this year. But it's a bit of a stretch, but not really. Not really. Okay? Consider this projection here. Okay? And then it stops, a little short. Consider the cutback. Okay? And consider the projection back up to the next level. Alright? And then the cutback. And then back up to the next level. Okay? That's taking it. Oh, that's taking it into the next year. Maybe we even went a little sharp with that, but let's see. There we go. That's probably more like it. Some symmetry and some geometry and all of that stuff mixed together. All of my gosh. All of it. Alright. Now Tesla's weeklies. Man. Now their cone of probability. Just look at the gaps. Okay? And this is why on the weekly, and even way back when I was watching, I was able to find and predict that gap fill at 450, and I was really, really happy when I was watching it and it happened. That was awesome. Alright, because it hit like 359 or 352 or something, and of course I used my hotkeys that instant, as did many people. But, that was the moment we'd been waiting for. That was the time to strike, and it happened. And you just have to be watching, or have your alerts set to alert you, and then so you can come on and take control and get your orders set in. But that was a very good moment. And I think we're talking about probably right in here is when that happened. It might have been this dip here or here, but that was a while ago. But it was really neat to be a part of that. You don't always get to catch those big runs like that, and you always remember the ones that served you well. So what are we looking at here? The bid and ask this morning on Tesla. It looks like what we're trying to open lower. We're dragging the price down. We sure are. Alright, so what do we got? Some overextension here. Alright, and it's overextended. We haven't really gotten a signal to get out or to sell, from your EMA crossovers on the 4-hour. But let's just see on the daily. On the daily, it's telling you to buy in. Okay. Interesting. Now, we can pull up some of our other bots here. I like this study, this particular one. And hopefully I've saved it correctly. But just in case. Alright. Now let's see. Our unusual volume indicator, our Kapok curve, which is important, the TTM LRC, which will help you uh, understand general direction until you're able to do your charting yourself. So if you have a problem with your support and resistance, you're not really able to just slap some lines up there yet, come into your Thinkorswim, click on your hourglass, go over here to your studies, and type in TTM, okay, and pull up this LRC. Alright, now just add that on over there. You don't need to, but I certainly am going to add them. Alright, and back out to a weekly chart, okay, any weekly chart. And I'm going to get rid of my drawings again, just because. Remove drawings, clear old drawings. Indeed I do. Alright, and you can see how the TTM LRC provides support and resistance zones, and possible even entry and exits, for trades. You also see the Kapok curve here out on the weekly does very well to show you the trend and current moves. Now, once you start getting this lower Kapok curve honed in on a daily plot, which I've converted one over to a daily plot, and the weekly plots, as you can see, they get a little different as the times change, okay? So you start, or you lose the ability to see the information the best you can. Kind of sucks, but I'm working on it. It's a thinking process. I've got to figure out how to get, and why this line is all the way up here. Why is it not presenting itself within the 100%, not way up there? But, say on the daily, you get, these Kapok signals, and I have a Kapok bot that I've created, and it works. Okay? So, even if we just waited for the green signals to happen, for it to switch from red to green, that would be a good signal. Okay? But once we got to the height of our move, and we started only seeing all red, I mean, on the way down, that's bearish weather. Alright. But it looks like now, just as we've expected, a little bit of a pop, drop, and log, tease. So she's just teasing us. She's hitting some heights, a little bit of a doji, a spinning top per se. And this looks like a sideways handle. Alright. Let's just chart them out. Chart them out, chart them out. Okay. Very interesting. So now we can be watching for a push down here, and if we see any breaks and movements above here. So I mean, on the daily it's slightly upward, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to push down before it goes up. Even on the 4 hour, it's trying to push way up. Kapok signal fired off. Looks like we've got our cumulative overnight volume here popping up in our unusual volume indicator here too. So let's pay attention to that. This is our resistance line that we've drawn. Alright, so let's see if it follows this resistance line, on the 4 hour time chart and so on. Maybe even the 5-day 15-minute, see if we can see it there. And in the 5-day and 15-minute, you can see we are in a downwards direction today. So we are going to open up lower. Alright, that has happened. Alright, now it looks like MFI, money flowing out, money flowing in. Alright, this is just the big money, making money off of money. Couple cents on the dollar and bang, 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 money's done. You've lost your money, they've made theirs. Okay. So, the cumulative overnight volume study and our Kapok lower curve study with our Kapok day plot and our MFIRSI. Yes. Okay. Now that MFIRSI is going to be money flow. Alright. You see this? This is a big shark hunt. Alright. Now when you see this, this is a good time to look for the top. And look how it hit that resistance and just bang, fell off. Alright. That would have been a great time to go short if you could have caught this. You know, way up here. You know, bought it up there and went short from up there. Now, from there to there, I mean, that's a percentage right there. I mean, that's 2.9%. Yeah, people would kill to make 2% off each trade. Yeah. Excellent. So, let's look here, but right now, for our unusual volume indicator, we're kind of bottoming out on the 1 minute. And check it on the 4 hour, similar action, alright. But I want to get together some of the other studies I have. That Wadar Attar explosion I had, I want to pull that one up. This cumulative overnight volume study that I've got here. And, you know, some of these other volume studies. And I'd like to see if we can't merge them together. Change the think scripts around a little bit. And get some different signals. Okay. But for this unusual volume indicator, it looks like we can clearly see some dips and some moves, some, you know, you can see them. So maybe we start to combine the idea of having greater than average volume on an unusual volume, okay, when there's an unusual volume spike, we can expect a move, okay. Now it's going to take some time to learn how to chart these moves. Interesting how the Kapok curve doesn't agree with the volume here and creates a big pocket. What happens? Price is forced down in a big way. All right. And keeping in mind this direction, this giant upwards trajectory of this TTM LRC could change at any time. All right. But looking back at this Kapok day plot, had we taken the signals when it fired off on the daily, it looks like 1 out of, you know, these total 5 was a bad signal. So, you know, are we, you know, say 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 4? You know, 1 out of 4 is bad, 1 out of 5 is bad. You know, that's, I mean, that's not terrible. You know, I mean, what, we're rocking 80% correct then, just on that? You know, that's awesome. You know, that's 80%. I will take 80% correct all day. If you said, here's an 80% chance that you're going to hit it every single time, I would take those odds. We're all about getting it 100%, but, I mean, hey, I will take 80 for, you know, letting the bot do the, you know, all of the work, handling the emotion, the idea, the money, the alerts, the triggers, the orders. Excellent. And it looks like we've got options expiring. That's why, you know, we're probably seeing this volume and decline in volume. So if we had greater than average volume and our price is still going down, then we're probably going to continue to see that particular direction. Although it does like to bounce off of this bottom line, it doesn't often touch this low. So if it breaks out here, you know, we get a breakout here, this is probably the action we're going to see. Now, I liked it better when they said Tesla was on its way to 950, but that's not going to happen. At least it's not going to happen, you know, directly, but it will go there. I mean, this top line here is what, 927 here, so that's, yeah, it's pushing it already. Of course, that's way out, you know, here in date, but let's bring out to the 4-hour and or 3-year weekly, and now we can see where those prices lie. And we can see that we are chilling on this bottom trend channel right here in Tesla, and that it is ready to make a jump upwards. Okay, so all it needs is just a little push, just a little push. Just peel the eggshell off of its head and go, hello little baby dinosaur, how are you? And then rawr, the monster is awake, and now there's trouble. Alright. Now see, I don't know why that CMO wasn't coming in, but, you know, Disc A, Disc C, KLAC, LYV, MU, and UAA. Alright. Under Armour. Under Armour. Now see, that would have been a great one to buy down here when it was at its low. Alright. And it even gave you the signal. That's the weekly though. Yeah, so taking weekly signals. Weekly and daily signals are what I typically focus on. The rest is just unnecessary noise. You know, how much money do you want to lose? Well, I'm not saying not to day trade, because you can, but day trading, you know, typically comes with some degree of emotion that will inevitably trigger you to make a very wrong move. The reason why day traders lose their money is because they're not patient. They're day traders. And those people have no patience. Money now for doing nothing. When really, I've found most of my best trades happen as short-term swing trades. Meaning a couple days. My best monies have been made over a couple days. Of course, some of your best monies are going to be made in day trades, but I think you're also going to find that it's just as safe to find a good day trade and hold it. Let's see. And we are still picking on Neo. And it's still in a downwards trajectory, it looks like. The sentiment is not with you. Okay, what was that other one? Yeah, this is the one I would be watching. Yes, watch this. Why, you say? Well, get out of here. Alright, check it. You know, see, we've bottomed out here. Alright, it has a little pop-up and goes down. Pop-up, goes down. But see here, we're hitting our bottom here on our Kappa curve. And what happens when you flick a whip or a towel? You know, you twist the towel up, you spin it around, and then you give it a whip. What happens? Well, I mean, there's a big whip at the end, but then that tiny little tail, it goes whoosh. Okay? Well, this Kappa curve moves in a similar action, okay? Or imagine taking those big ropes at the gym, and running them up and down. Those waves, one in each arm. All right, think about that. All right, so let's see if we get a bounce below the line and we get a lower low. All right, which it looks like it just might happen. And we come to this lower channel, which would be great. And then for it to maybe consolidate out or accumulate, okay, and then start to go back up. All right, now this bounce, let's look for this bounce, and then for something like this to happen. All right, if this is the corrective action, it's still a downwards move though, so having it push down just a little bit and then just a slight pop and then continue going down. So I'm probably going to say that, this is going to be our next range of where we're falling into this unusual volume indicator. Okay. Now that's a daily. Let's see, a weekly. A weekly, it is almost at its bottom. Almost, okay? So let's wait out XL Fleet just a little bit more. You may even pick this up for somewhere around the sub $5 range. Let's just see. It is just right there, So be looking for its current lows. I mean, it says it's hit its low and it's on its way back up, but look for a new low, look for another low. You might find something better. You might find a slightly better entry point. Okay, but at this particular price range, I'm gonna say that I'll be looking, for an entry. I mean, this 550 is probably a real good spot. Okay, 551, 550. So let me know when it's at or below this 550 mark. Okay, I know that has to drop a good little bit before I take interest in it, but I think that it would be a well worth it investment at the $5.50 range, given I'm sure that XL Fleet is burning through cash. Why? R&D, baby. All right, let's pull up our little side monitor here, and let's just pull up XL Fleet. All right, let's pull up their home and get up their home page here. Let's bring them over here and check them out. Alright, how to buy. So you can buy, and look, these are city buses. Ford, those are names we know. Okay, Chevy, XL plug-in. I mean, checking out these different, fleet ready, let's see, electrification solutions. And, XL delivers 25% mileage increase, 20% reduction in CO2 emissions for Class 2 to 6 fleets. Available on major OEM platforms, Ford, Chevy, GM, and Isuzu, which is that tiny little thing that runs around people deliver couches and furniture and whatever with. Cool. Now that's a hybrid. Okay, XL plug-in system installs seamlessly onto the Ford F-150 and F-250 pickups, delivering a 50% mile per gallon increase. So if their trucks can go 300, 400, 500 miles, now they're 600, 700, 800, 900 miles per, range. And a 33% reduction in CO2 emissions. Performance, meets sustainability. Okay. I like the idea of that. Alright, now all the my family and their companies, they use Chevy Silverados. as much as we've even considered moving over to Dodges for their, working vehicles, it's always been Chevy. You know, deals with the dealerships and whatnot, but I would consider using one of these electric vehicles for my company. Okay. Even you could get multiple. I mean, just unrealized potential for these buses. So many cities will purchase these buses. See the little Isuzu thing? The Utilimaster? Retrofits only. Yeah, exactly. Retrofits only. Tell us exactly what you need it for. Then we'll try to help you. Although, I mean, are you sure you don't want to just buy the 550? I'm pretty sure you want that. More information coming soon. Exactly. No, you get this F550 with this big long bus. This whole bottom stacked full of batteries. I'd really like to start seeing solar panels on the roofs of these cars, to start charging and give them a little bit more efficiency, power for the inside person, the cargo, the whatever. Use a solar panel for that. Plus, and a solar panel, something that, in 10 or 15 years wears out, but it doesn't wear out until that time. So it's a great idea, lasts a long time, gives you, inner charging for your stuff in the car, and it's something they can replace later. I don't like designing products for stuff to go bad, but that's exactly what they do. They design products with stuff that will go bad. They can make a AA battery that lasts, for 10, 20 years, but then you'd only ever sell one of them. You could make a water heater that lasts forever. And a salesman once said, yeah, they could, but, I mean, then they'd only ever sell one and they'd go out of business. So, I mean, yeah, okay, you got me. You can't build forever heaters, but they could. That's the problem. The difference between what we can do and what we do is very different, and for very different reasons. Okay. XL-Link provides fleets with an actionable intelligence on their vehicles, electrification, metrics, and emissions reduction. Let's see. This word, actionable. What's actionable intelligence on their vehicle electrification metrics? It also alerts our service. Well, let's see. And municipal fleets love their work trucks, but they also save money on fuel reductions on the fleet of a hybrid and plug-in electric driver. When you choose from sustainability, you'll get both. I think so. System wide variety of class 2 to 4. Instead of asking your drivers as service team, they deal with. Okay. Additionally, partnerships and OEM warranties remain intact. That's very nice. Many. Performance they've always relied on, but with lower costs and emissions. Driver service teams love the fact that XL require no training and no little operation. Let's see, and no range concerns, drivability challenges, or unusable requirements. Interesting. So let's see this layout here. Oh, of course, OEM. Now, what do we got here? What do you do? Okay, our proprietary link provides a continuous data link from each hybrid vehicle to measure system performance. Excellent. So that's the computer. All right, what we got here? Go away. What are you? The motor drive. All right. So this would be your, your CPM. Your variable speed controllers. Control the current flow between battery and the electric traction motor. Alright, so what do we got here? Is this the electric traction motor? Traction motor. Okay, provides regenerative braking on vehicle deceleration and electric assist on acceleration to help propel the vehicle and save fuel. And what are you? Okay, the battery pack, of course. The 15 kilowatt hour battery offers both regenerative braking and plug-in charging capacity. I like that. I like that. And see the regenerative braking. I made a video on that talking about XL Fleet, how they could reuse the power from the wheels and put it back into the batteries or the motor or whatever. You know, something here based on how these wheels spin around. You know, a magnet would generate energy. And it could be saved and harnessed and reused. So I wonder if they saw that video and came up with a great idea, or I mean, maybe they're just taking a great idea and going with it. Because I mean, I think that's what that's what they should do. You know, why if you can make power from the turning of your own wheels, then you should be doing it. In any way, you know, use that power to run the radio. I mean, recharge your own batteries. You know, be able to kick back, the 16% back to your own battery. I mean, that's insane, and no one else is doing it. Simple, sustainable technology. Exactly. Okay. So you get your hybrid electric, your plug-in hybrid electric. Your conversions, you know, how much they weigh. Looks like this one doesn't weigh very much. Charging level 1 to 12 hours, level 2 to 5 hours. Okay. So less than 12, less than 5. I get it. And the vehicles, you can get those on, okay, 4x2 and 4x4 drive lines. That's going to be important for a lot of people. You're going to want to have 4x4, but the 4x2 is perfect for anyone, working flat, city, whatever. Let's see, vehicles with CARB EOS. Okay, CARB EOS. Let's see, not exactly familiar what the CARB EOS is, but I know actual mileage. Let's see. We'll have to look that up. What are we looking at here? Government regulation of emissions-related aftermarket parts. A CARB EO is therefore the most direct approach for the industry to demonstrate compliance in all 50 states. Okay, so that'd be a CARB with the assigns an executive order number to the part. The EPA does not require submission of test data. Okay. Vehicles with extra specifications. Let's just say that. Alright. Now service. Service you can count on. Where can I take this to get my, your peace of mind service plan? Where can I get it serviced? Who's going to work on it? How quickly can I get it done? Look at this warranty. 3-year, 75,000 mile, 24/7 hotline with live operators answering. Oh, there better be. Yeah, there better be someone answering that phone. And they better be from my area. Don't link me up with people who don't know what we're talking about. If I'm calling XL Fleet, then I hope the person knows XL Fleet. Don't make that one person have 6 other jobs that they answer the phone for. That have people dedicated to your company. Don't outsource that stuff, because then you're not getting the best quality for your customers that they deserve. And for a vehicle in such a high-end product, they deserve the attention to detail. of talking to a knowledgeable person. So, a plan provided within 24 hours. Okay, an initial response within 12 hours of your call. So, this is our 12, 24, 48 response. All right. Okay. So, you'll call us within 12 hours, we'll have a plan within 24, and there will be an on-site visit within 48 hours if the vehicle is down. So, if my electric ice cream truck goes down, you will be there within 48 hours to fix it. Okay? Not 49. If you are there within 49, I am a very upset person. So, an XL owner's manual and service hotline in every vehicle. Alright. All OEM powertrain and base warranties remain intact. Okay. So, I do wonder if we're just replacing drive gears and batteries and things like that, drive shafts and whatnot. Are we able to turn this electric system off and just run it the regular way? Or is there a slight bit of power still supplied to the system during that time so it's freed up and it actually doesn't lock up on you going down the road? Let's talk about that down below. With a proven track record of system uptime, there's a good chance you'll never need to find out how good our service is. But in case you do, you'll be glad it's there. I mean, I like the idea behind it. Okay. So they've got their company, their mission here, proven. 200 plus customers, 4,000 plus systems deployed, and 150 million customer miles driving. Well, I mean, we could. That's a very speculative thing, because I mean, I know people who drive, a hundred, a couple hundred, 500, almost 1,000 miles, possibly a day, and their collective driving history would add up to, roughly, 5 or 10 million miles on the road, their entire career. So, this is a very interesting number. But if this is true, if this is 150 million customer miles driven, okay, let's just think about how many people that would have to be and how many miles. And I mean, so roughly, for people and miles and whatnot, you consider if someone travels 200 miles to and from work every day, then they possibly drive another 150 to 200 miles to and from, another job site a day. Now you've got 500 miles roughly a day, or, 3,000 to 5,000 miles a month. Now you're doing an oil change once a month in your vehicle. Now you do that for, say, 5 or 10 years, and you're really putting some miles on the road. So I'd like to see these numbers get bigger. I'd like to see more customers, and the customer miles driven really isn't that important. We could do without that figure, but I like that they put it in there and how they put it in there. Okay. Financials, governance. I think we already went all over all that jazz before. I don't really need to check it out. But if it's all here to be looked at, if they don't hide anything, then there's nothing to lie about. Alright, well, you might want to get some event scheduling here, XL Fleet, because your stock is bottoming out. How about you schedule a little something and get your investors to come back. Yeah. Let's see what fellow analysts say. Don't believe analysts. I'm an over-analyst. vehicles were acquired for Apex by XL Fleet's Fleet Management Company, FMC, Partner Enterprise Fleet Management. Okay. Well, I think that's about it for XL Fleet. But watch it. Alright, let's pull up our Darvis breakouts. And here we go. Lots of breakouts for today. And we will end it there. Good morning show. Yep, excellent. 10 minutes till market open. Happy trading, everybody. Get out there and make some money. I will see you in the next live show.